Don't attack the media. Don't alienate the media. Don't be petty about the media. And the media may be on your side. Now, Chris and I are mature enough, me specifically, to separate the fact that Aaron Rodgers has disdain for me, but still argue on his behalf that the Packers are being unreasonable and they should do the right thing by one of the all-time great players in franchise history. Maybe others in the media aren't quite as mature and will be pissed off about just this general sense. And it oozes through. Anytime the issue comes up, he has this unreasonable obsession with people reporting on him and getting facts wrong to the point where, and we're going to play the sound right now, he deliberately distorts what a report was to fit his narrative that people are reporting untrue things about him. It is astounding. Here he is talking about what was characterized by Diana Rossini of ESPN as a wish list and twisting it into something completely different from a wish list. Have a listen.
People want these things to be so true. They're like, I'm in this meeting, dressed in, ceremony regalia, giving them some sort of
no shoes,
handwritten on parchment demand list of people they need to sign. Like, listen, I think objectively, a lot of people can look at Alan Lazard and go, he's a really good player. We would love to have him on our team. And then anybody with a brain would maybe call me on any team and go, hey, what kind of locker room guy is Alan Lazard? What's his work ethic like? And I'd say he's a great dude. Dude, anybody would be lucky to have him in the locker room. And if somebody asked me about Big Dog or Kabi, or I don't even know who else was on that list, I'd say the same thing.
Jordan.
Odell.
Dudes.
Oh, Odell.
I mean, first of all, who wouldn't want to have Odell on their team?
Agreed. Yeah, he'd be cool.
Come on. But what are we talking about here? I don't have demands. Look, my only demand is for transparency.
Now, he did mention the list a couple of times, which kind of implies there is a list. He said it early. List. He mentioned the word list. And I guess he would say, well, I was just referring to their characterization. I don't actually have a list. But no one said it was a list of demands. He took wish list and turned it into ransom note. And I'm not going to play for you if you don't go get these guys. And it's just weird to see this vendetta he has against those who would like to do their jobs and try to ascertain true facts about what he plans to do, and get so mad to the point where he's willing to warp what the report is to fit his narrative. And I got no qualms calling him out about it because I think it was bullshit what he said yesterday. And I think that that's the moment where McAfee and Hawk should have said, nobody's called this demands, Aaron. Now, the problem is, and somebody pointed this out to me last night, the setup by McAfee made it sound stronger than a wish list.
Yeah, right.
But still, Aaron knows what the reporting is.
Yeah.
He could have said, well, it wasn't quite to that point. Nobody said that I sent the Jets a ransom note, and I'm not going to play for you unless you deliver me all of my friends and former teammates. But we know who's on the list, Chris, because he said it himself. Back in January on that same show, he rattled off the names. Randall Cobb, Robert Tonyan, Mercedes Lewis, Alan Lazard, David Bakhtiari. He said it himself. And Odell Beckham Jr., he confirmed that. Who wouldn't want him? Well, I guess you do. He's currently unemployed, so nobody wants him. You do. So I look, it's very easy to jump onto the anti-media narrative. We've seen plenty of bullies in recent years do that and try to make us the enemy, so we are intimidated to not speak the truth. I don't know why they do it, but he's wrong in this case, and I hope people realize it and don't just jump on, yeah, Aaron, go get him, Aaron. You show him, Aaron. He's just wrong.
Well, I don't disagree with you. I mean, this has been, Aaron Rodgers a little bit ever since I feel like the Jordan Love trade a little bit, where it's just like, if I had to put myself in his shoes, it's been a career and probably a little bit of like, people feeling like he's not appreciated to the degree, he feels like, doesn't get the credit for the player he probably feels like, right? It's always Tom Brady, Tom Brady, Tom Brady. In his mind, he's probably like, wait, you put me on the practice field with Tom Brady, and like you're going to go, whoa, one guy's way better, and it's not Tom Brady. If I got to play in New England, what would it be like? I mean, so I think there's a chip on his shoulder for maybe the lack of respect for the player he's been. And then, he got to a point where he just is like gone scorched earth a little bit on the media or anybody that questions him or whatever. And he's got to this point where he just said, screw it, I'm going to control the narrative. And that's why he does this Pat McAfee show. And it's gotten some people to love him, but I think it's gotten a lot of people also to go, damn, it's too much. It's oversaturation. And to your point too, yeah, it wasn't a demand list. It was a wish list, and you don't have to hand a piece of paper to anybody for them to figure that out. They can talk. They've talked to people I'm sure they knew in Green Bay. Oh, wait, that's right. Their offensive coordinator was in Green Bay. They know who Aaron Rodgers' best friends are. Oh, I'm not like we don't think Nathaniel Hackett maybe also told Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas, hey, if we get Allen Lazard here and, maybe we can get Tunyon and talk to Randall Cobb, I think that'll go a long way to showing we support him and help him come here and all of that. So, yeah, he didn't have to have a demand or a list or a ransom note like you're talking about. He could let it be known just within conversation how important those guys are, let alone they're going to be able to figure it out through connections of football, and they're going to try to do their best to appease that, to make their new superstar quarterback happy and comfortable in their new spot. So there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why he fights some of these things sometimes. I guess that's what I'm saying. Why fight it? Yeah. I didn't make a demand list. I want to correct that. But I did let them know I think Allen Lazard's a hell of a player, and yeah, I'd love to have a few guys of mine around me in the locker room. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody in football would be like, what an asshole he is. How dare he wants to bring friends that are good players and make him feel comfortable. Nobody would have cared. That's where sometimes I don't understand why he fights the fight he fights at times.
Well, and I think what he was upset about, and again, this gets back to the reality that even though they claim they pay no attention, the rabbit ears are up all the time. Because it wasn't the reports, it was the reaction by some to the reports. And some taking wish list and misinterpreting it as ransom note. But it was never, in anything I saw, characterized as anything but a wish list.
Sure. Santa
Claus list. That's not or else. Not you deliver all these guys under contract or I'm not going to join your team. I mean, come on. He knows how unrealistic that is. So you get 4 out of 5. You didn't deliver the 5th one. Sorry, I'm not coming. You knew the terms. I told you what was going to happen if you failed, and now I'm going to do it. And enjoy my 4 former teammates who won't be able to play with me now. I mean, think of how ridiculous that would sound if anyone was saying that.
Yeah.
And no one said it. So I think it's just the broader.
Yeah, the broader point of all of it, the whole career.
It's anti-media. He's got a problem with the media generally.
Well,
and we've seen others who take that anti-media approach and try to poison the minds of the audience against the media because the media are the things that keep those folks honest when they are spreading bullshit. That's what they don't like. They'd rather be unchecked in their ability to say what they want and do what they want without scrutiny, without oversight, without anyone saying to the rest of the world, this guy's up to something.
Well, yeah.
That's why they don't like the media.
You're right.
They who would attack us, they don't like us because we are their external conscience.
Yeah.
And we shine the light on the things that they want to do that maybe they shouldn't be doing.
Well, I think he had 2 things that jump out to me. One, maybe the little bit of disrespect or that he has felt, about his career. But there's, I think the first part that would jump out, or if I put myself in his shoes where I'd be like, F the media, would be some of the Jordan Love and that whole issue there and how a lot of people looked at him and like, you're a baby, just play football. Oh, you just play for Green Bay, compete. You're lucky to. So I'm sure there's a part of him that's like, what? I just got screwed over worse than any great player in the history of football. So I'm sure there was a part of him there that was like, what? The media's telling me I'm the problem here when they went behind my back and tried to push me out the door and get another quarterback and all of that, and now you're mad that I'm mad, right? So I could see him being pissed at that. And then, hey, the next one is his own fault with the immunized. And I think you couple those two things together, that would, be the perfect combination of, the last 3 years of like two incidents that I would look at to go, I think that has, pissed him off a little bit, and he doesn't like the attention he got. One, he didn't deserve it. The other one, he did deserve it.
He blatantly lied.
Yeah, I know.
Blatantly lied and got mad at those who called him a liar. Liar. He lied. And that's the thing. That's why I say now when he says it's my intention to play for the Jets, he's maybe trying to stake out territory where he can say, you got to go back and play the tape. What did I exactly say? And that sounds implausible when you say that in isolation. It doesn't sound implausible because he's already played that card. Now, maybe you can only play that card once in your life, or maybe once you play that card, you prove yourself as somebody who plays that card whenever he needs to. And he specifically adds that card to the deck. I think that's the takeaway. When he said intention to play for the Jets, he was adding that card to the deck in the event that he needs to use it. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.